Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This of course is another anime reaction video. Today, we are starting a brand new anime, and we're also doing somewhat of a first for the channel, and that's reacting to an English dub of a Japanese anime, which is again, a first for the channel. I normally go for English subs instead of dubs, just because it's my personal preference. I don't hate dubs, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with them, I just generally prefer subs, but a different show that I assume is similar to 91 Days, just based on some of the little bits I've heard about 91 Days since it was suggested that I watch this show. And I've heard a bit of the dub for Bakano, which is the series I was talking about, and it seems like it's pretty good. I still only watched it subbed, but it seems like it might be fitting for a series like this. Who knows? I haven't started it yet, and I'll probably after this recording go back and watch an episode or two in sub just to see which I like better. But either way, yeah, I'm interested in checking this out because it's a 12 episode original series, by the way. So that means I've always had kind of like a fascination with original series, because that means they kind of have an ending in mind and know how to progress it to get there within 12 episodes usually. So this is going to be really interesting, and it's based on like mafia or something like that, or like a crime, thrillers or whatever, from what I've seen. So it seems really interesting. So I'm gonna check it out. As always, unless you're new here, click one of the links down in the description below, and you will find the full-length uncut reaction, so you can go to one of those links to watch the reaction, then you can come back to YouTube to watch the discussion. So without further ado, let's get started with episode 1 of 91 Days. That's not going to be a little bit confusing, since numbers are the first part of the title of the series, but whatever. I can already tell it's going to be a pain in the ass to remember a lot of these names. I think I got some of them down. Vanetti family. Nero Vanetti is this new guy who just took off his beard. And then Angelo / Bruno, because I know that, but I've forgotten pretty much every other name that got mentioned, which is really unfortunate. I kind of want to blame it on the fact that I don't have subtitles now, but that's totally not it. It's just because they're different from what I normally... Starting a new series, it's generally pretty hard to remember names. Even when I was doing Gintama early on, it was kind of hard to remember every one of the names, but you usually get used to it. But it might be a little bit hard just because of how it's different from normal anime names, since they're less Japanese, more Italian, But real quick, Vanetti family, is that real? Because Vanetti family. See, that's not... It made it seem like Veneto family was like this was based on a true story or something, which would genuinely be very interesting. Like, based on a true stories are always generally somewhat interesting from that alone, but this more so than anything because, but anyway, looking at some of these names on my anime list: Angela, Lagusa, Nero Vanetti, Corteo, Fango, Fongo. I think they pronounce it Fongo. Alright. Interesting. Serpente. Yeah, I'll have to give a try to the sub, see which I like better. But so far, generally, it's actually pretty not too bad of a dub. I kind of like it. Let's see. This was a really interesting start to it. It's kind of slow, almost. And I think that's just true because a lot of starts to shows usually have to spend time introducing things. So just like scrolling through the episode, we get Angelo, or Bruno, I guess he was going by at this point at the beginning, because that's what we heard. He was Angelo Lagusa. I really need to remember these names better. Let me try writing them down, because writing things down usually helps people remember things. Angelo Lagusa, Nero Vanetti. This is stupid, I know, but bear with me. Coletto, I believe it was. Fongo. I now know it's spelled with an A instead of two O's, because I thought it was Fongo, but it's Fango, whatever. Fongo, and then Serpente. That's right, Serpente. What was the other guy's name in the car with the mustache? Did we not hear his name, or did I just miss it? Either way, then we got a flashback. Yeah, that's what it's called, Night of the Murder. So, it seems like the main plot of this series is going to be a conflict between the Venettis and the Orcos, almost, because the Venetti, people from the Venetti family, that being Nero himself and his friend there, they were ripping off the Orco family, and it's got to be pretty like down on its luck, so to speak, if I had to describe it, because obviously the Don, I think, Nero Venetti, if that's what if he is the Don, I might be forgetting things, correct me if I'm wrong, he's now in charge, but he's like doing the dirty work of going to deals and whatever. So it seems like we got a sort of underdog mafia story, if that's at all accurate. To be fair, I've only watched the first episode, but it'll be really interesting to see how this conflict plays out, because it seems almost like the Orco family has more in terms of, you know, power, money, people type thing, and now our main guy, I was gonna say guys, but Coletto, he doesn't even have a last name so far, so maybe he's not too important, but our main guy, Angelo, I had to look at my little card there, he's gonna be working with the Venettis, but there might be some conflict in regard to that, because, what was it, he was, hold on a second, because he looked at that picture that was in the envelope that was addressed to him, he said Venetti, and he had this creepy-ass smile on his face, and so, and it was the picture of the little kid that he was friends with. Was he actually, was that kid a Venetti family? I've missed so much, I apologize. 91 Days Wiki, Wikipedia. Which one was the, what was the kid though? What was the kid's name? Episode 1. Oh, how did I not even put that together? That was his brother. Because they were living in the same house, weren't they? Even though they had different haircuts. So it's Luce, apparently it's Luce Lagusa. I don't know if I just accidentally spoiled it for myself, but I think that I didn't. So, oh, yeah, but now that makes an interesting sort of thing, because, okay, so I'm understanding a bit more about what happened in that flashback. So it was the Venetti family that I assume the Lagusa family was a part of. So Angelo's entire family, Luce, and then his parents were killed by the Venetti family. But who sent him that letter, I wonder? Because they sent him that letter with a picture of his younger brother, I assume. And now, ooh, this is gonna create an interesting conflict, because Nero Venetti is the new. Yeah, now I can see it. Like sort of the expression that Angelo has in the back of the car. He might be a little bit upsetty Venetti, if you will, about coming face to face with the new dawn of the family that killed his family, so to speak. But ooh, you know what though? So the Venettis, I assume, were the ones that came in and killed his family, right? But they came in saying they killed, or well, implying that they were the ones that killed their Dawn. So, interesting how the Venettis seem to have had a history of backstabbing. But you know what? Really interesting first episode. Definitely a lot of mystery, so I'm excited to see where this goes next. So far, dub's not too bad, actually. I kind of enjoy it. Because the accents, I guess, kind of help with the getting into the story or whatever, or getting into the world, so to speak. The only other time I really remember hearing accents being done is when I tried watching the English dub for parts 1 and 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because of how good the Japanese cast is that the English dub can never compare. I think that personally. You can watch it if you want, it's fine. I don't personally like it because the Japanese cast is just so good. But I don't know. I wasn't a fan of how weird the accent sounded. It just didn't work for me. And I mean, can you imagine? Like, I thought Caesar Zappelli's English voice actor did a terrible job with the Italian accent. I didn't think it sounded very good at all. Can you imagine if all of Part 5 was like that? Jesus. But anyway, really, so far I enjoyed it. Maybe it's a case of I heard it first, so I automatically think it's better. But I'll still try to give the first watch the English sub just to see what I like. But before that, I am going to at least watch episode 2 for this video. So let's get started with episode 2 of 91 Days. This episode I definitely enjoyed way more than episode 1, just because finally starting to look into things a bit more. The conflict that they're setting up between the 3 different families is really interesting. I can't go into super detail recapping it because there's really no point either. But man, and what was it? Phantom of Falsehood. There it is. That's a perfect title for this episode. Man, you know what? I should have seen it coming. Because they were giving Vono a bit more screen time. But I just figured because it was only the 2nd episode, so of course we're going to get more people. But it looks like we've got the established premise of sorts for the rest of this series. Because we know that there's 3 people. We know the 3 people that were responsible. But you know what? Who sent the letter is the biggest mystery right now. Because the letter in there detailed who it was exactly that killed Angelo's family, right? And now we know who it is, and now it's just a matter of picking them off one by one. And that's why that's why Angelo's been trying to get close to them so he can get his revenge or whatever. Or I assume that's what he's doing. So he's gotten some revenge. He killed Vono. Rest in peace. I thought he was gonna be a good guy, but I guess he's gonna be a dead guy instead. Next up is probably Vincent, because Nero was not only the one that was officially introduced first, I think, but also he seems like he was trying to be good friends with Angelo. So there's got to be like a conflict between the watch in like the next few episodes. Angelo or someone else is gonna, in some way, Vincent's gonna end up dead, and Nero's gonna become the official Dawn, and it's gonna be like up until obviously the end of the season before they actually finish each other off, so to speak. Which, now that I think about it, let me go to the My Anime List page, because yeah, that is them on the poster, isn't it? On the main picture for the series. That's Angelo and Nero all bloodied and all bloodied up. That's really cool. Still have no idea what the 91 days means. Maybe that's going to be something that's explained at the end. But man, why is Fongo still alive? Over Vono? Really? Really? This is how we're doing it? But either way, it's still a complete mystery as to who took the body. I want to say it's like Coletto or something, but I don't even know why he would do that. But the 2 biggest mysteries right now is who sent the letter and who took the body. I'm sure who took the body is going to be answered by next episode at the earliest. Well, obviously. But who sent the letter at the beginning? Because when he was showing the letter to Coletto, yeah, there's no return address. It just says Angelo Lagusa and his address. I don't know what that is at the bottom right-hand corner. I can't even read cursive all that well as it stands, but oh boy, all in all, another great episode. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload in the future. That all being said, thank you once again for watching. Peace.